Hi, welcome to the Chad Bozarth Show. Thanks for listening.
The good news is, Dean, if we don't like this, we can beat Chad up and...
Well, that sand's going to help you
Okay, we've started.
get some,
All right, here we are. We are at an undisclosed, top secret location. It is, honestly, this is the day after Mom had hip surgery. So we're all here gathered together trying to accommodate Mom and deal with that. Uncle Dean has flown in. Actually, it's and Todd, my brother, is here. So we're here in person.
It's his birthday. Should we sing birthday?
Chad's
No,
birthday.
please don't.
Chad's birthday.
So if it sounds different, we are in person together. And to begin with, it's my 42nd birthday, and my Uncle Dean took me out to breakfast this morning.
Oh, that's great.
And what did we ask I asked the waitress how old she thought I was. What did she say?
Let me guess. 32.
No.
She said something ridiculous.
No,
like
she said 27.
27.
Okay, that was a good. But let me just tell this. I don't want to start off by being disrespectful, but we're sitting at the breakfast table. I'm waiting for the food to come out, and Uncle Dean takes a Band-Aid off of his hand
That sounds all right.
and put it on the table. And then the waitress came over later.
I was wounded.
But
Dean was trying to get a free meal.
But what he's not telling you, after I did that, he blows a big honker. I mean, and he thinks my bandage is gross. I mean,
no. And
right there in the
she picked up
right there in the in the grits.
And then she picked up something off the table. She picked up something off the table, and the Band-Aid was inside, and the Band-Aid fell on the floor.
Well,
I'm trying to eat.
In all fairness, I say this in a Christian way. Chad is the most neurotic person I've ever known in my life.
So see, we're just neurotic in different ways.
But it reminds me of Uncle Bobby finding the rubber glove in his salad on Folly Beach.
That's
gross.
They comped us a dessert. We should have owned half that restaurant.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That glove.
That's Southern cooking.
Hey, Uncle Dean, I wanted to ask you about your childhood.
Are we live?
No, we're not live.
Oh.
By the way...
No, Dean, you're the only one that goes live on Facebook and nobody watches.
Did we go to the moon?
Also, you know what? This might have to be my most highly edited episode I've ever done. Because...
Why would Chad?
Huh.
I've known you for 42 years.
That's exactly right. Why it might need to be edited.
Why would
I want to hear.
You want to edit it?
No, listen.
Okay.
I want to hear a little bit about your childhood. I don't know a lot about your childhood, actually. Where are you from?
Where do I begin? Well, I was born in Michigan, North Dakota.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
In Michigan, that's a town?
That's a town, little town, Michigan, North Dakota.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't know Michigan.
April 27th, 1957.
How far is that? Well, now all the hackers have your birth date and you can have your identity
What's your
stolen.
mother's maiden name, Dean?
Howen.
Don't answer. What's the last four of your social?
95623.
Are you being serious?
I hope not.
Hey, how far is that from Devil's Lake?
Devil's Lake,
North Dakota.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. That's where your mother was born.
Who was the president?
Would
Would have been Herbert Hoover.
Was it Herbert?
No,
I don't know. We'd have to look. Huh?
But so
Anyway.
you're the youngest of your family, right?
They saved the best to last, as they always
What was
do.
that like? How long were you in North Dakota?
They moved when I was 2 years old.
So you have no memory of North Dakota.
Not living there, no.
Where did y'all move to?
We moved to Illinois. Yeah.
When was
Like
the last?
we're at in Illinois.
They moved to a little town. Well, Uncle Bobby would know better than I do. I think it was either Hopedale or Tremont. Then we ended up in Atlanta. But my memories were a little place called Skelton,
Yeah, I've heard Mom
Illinois.
say Skelton.
And the neat thing about Skelton,
Spell it.
spell it?
Yeah, Skelton.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a family that had a settlement at this Skelton, and they were buried way out from our house out in this field. And as kids, I remember, because I was only like 5 or 6 years old, we would go out to this grave where they were. Your mother and your Aunt Peggy would take me out there and then scare me to death out there. So, but it was kind of cool. It looked like there was rat holes running down into the grave. It was kind of creepy looking. But Skelton was mainly known for its cob plant and the elevator, and that's where your grandfather. He managed the elevator.
Yeah.
What's a cob plant?
Cob plant is where they bring in all the cobs,
Corn
cobs, and they're big piles, and we used to play in those piles. And
Dangerous.
Dangerous, very dangerous, because you could be sucked down in there. But they used the cobs for all kinds of different stuff. You know, you'd have to look it up, but I'm not sure. But anyway, it was fun.
Okay, that story about the grave reminded me. Didn't you? Speaking of conspiracies, didn't you have like a Bigfoot sighting or something? Or what is that story?
That's later on. Do you want to hear it?
Well, yeah, I do want to hear that, but even though it's later on, it's in my mind right now. So let me hear it back, and then we'll circle back.
Yeah, we don't want to go year by year.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
This is
Does it take too long?
No, this is not. That's too.
We lived in a little town called Atlanta, Illinois, and there was this lady that lived in the trailer park that kept seeing this, whatever it was, come out of the cornfield at night, and
If you build it, they will come.
what?
Huh?
Yeah, and everybody thought she was crazy. So one of my best buddies, Mike Beck, and I, we slept out there one
Sharon,
night.
looks like there's a car out front.
Oh,
I
hold
think
on.
there's a car out front.
There's a crowd front. Let's see.
Boys were boys and men were men.
Gee.
Well, I see it from here.
Da 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 da
It's probably Chad's car.
da 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 da.
Okay. All right, we're back.
So anyway, we kind of camped out there in this trailer park, and there's a field behind the trailer park, cornfield, but it was like in the fall time, so the corn was gone and it was plowed up. So we sat out there most of the night, and we were getting ready to leave.
How old were you?
We were teenagers, probably 13, 14
Yeah.
years old, and we were getting ready to leave. It was early in the morning. We snuck out of the house anyway, and your grandmother didn't know we were gone. We were supposed to be sleeping out somewhere. Anyway, all of a sudden we see this. We don't know what it was.
You saw it yourself.
Yes, we both saw it. Mike and I saw this. If I could get a hold of Mike, he would verify my findings. We saw this, whatever it was. I don't know what it was. It was dark, but it could have been. It was probably 8-9 feet tall.
What time was this?
This is in the middle of the night.
And how far away?
Bright moon.
How
Huh?
How far away?
Probably
100 yards.
Probably 50 yards away.
How old were you when you saw it?
13, 14. Yeah.
Did you? Were there any smells? Didn't it? Don't they say it smells like?
Supposedly they put off a smell.
I didn't smell anything.
You might have been upwind.
Huh?
You might have
Probably
been.
not. Anyway, it made the papers. Nobody would believe us, and then everybody was because they thought this lady out in the trailer parks. Your mother could tell you that they thought she was crazy. Remember her, Susan? I don't know what her name was.
Millie? No.
No. No. Anyway, we stuck to the story for years. Nobody really believed us. They thought we were kind of crazy too. But
Really?
we saw it.
I have to get my legs.
I don't know what it was, but it was. It walked kind of like big steps, you know. I mean, it was tall. I
Okay,
mean,
really quick. Marty's daddy had a sighting. I'll tell you about it. So.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you serious? But like, so were you afraid or because? No. So how old did you say you were? 13 or something?
13, 14.
But so obviously, like we've all seen documentaries and stuff on this. What would have been your concept of Bigfoot at that time? Because it's not like you were sitting
Well,
around watching documentaries on this,
we
right?
never really heard of Bigfoot back then too much, you know. We just heard about this.
So what did you
This
think it
person
was when you
sighting
saw it?
going through the. Well, we took off. We were kind of scared, so we just bolted out of there. We didn't know where he was going. He was just coming into the trailer park. So
He was coming into the trailer park.
yeah, from the field. So I don't know where he was going. If he was going into town.
Were
Or,
you-
I don't know, maybe he was looking for a meal or something. I don't know, but he walked different. He didn't walk like a man.
But like, and were you in a trailer when you saw this?
No. We were outside. Next, in between one trailer and the field, because we had heard that's where he, would come and go from time to time. So, anyway.
Hey Todd, when you come back in here, can you shut that door a little bit for the noise?
It was very interesting.
Okay, let's go back to earlier. Your dad's parents were directly from Germany, right?
Both from Germany. Yeah. And your grandma's parents
So
descended from Germany.
So did you see your grandparents a lot? Did they?
Well, my grandmother died before I was born. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so never, and very sparsely ever saw my grandfather.
He stayed in North Dakota when y'all moved?
He was in North Dakota, yes.
And you did not see him a lot?
No. Probably once or twice, 3 times maybe.
And he spoke German?
He could speak English, but he spoke German more than anything.
What was he like?
Well, I didn't have really a whole lot of conversations with him. I mean, I was like 7 years old, 7 years old. He died in '66, so I'd have been 9 years old when he died. But from stories, he sounded like he was a grouchy old man. So he smoked cigars. He was kind of short and stocky. There was always a story that he was in a bar in and he got into a bad argument because he was taking it for Hitler at that time for some reason. He was drunk.
Because of how he looked, or just
I guess some of the things he said. So there's some of the people kind of didn't like what he was saying. So anyway.
Do you know why he would have come over here from Germany? Like, I'm just interested in...
Well,
I don't know, because now, like, when you look up so much information is at your fingertips on whatever it is, information about a town, real estate, or whatever. I'm just thinking about somebody taking a boat from Germany and making it over.
Well,
do you have any idea about that backstory at all?
There was an uncle, I can't remember what his name was, that came over before everybody did, and he was a Catholic priest in, I think it was Beardstown, Illinois, and so they kind of came up from that, but I don't know the whole story. I know they ended up in Illinois at first, and my aunt was Aunt Tracy was born in Illinois, and then they moved to Minnesota, where my grandfather was a butcher. Yeah.
Someone's at the door. Okay. We will take a break, and then we will be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
Hey.
Okay, it's working. All right.
Hello.
We just had to wait for...
Hello.
Well, the nurse is still here, actually. Okay. I want to go back to... What is all this noise? I want to go back to Skelton. You were trying to tell me stories when we were off the air. You were trying to tell me about some train in Skelton.
Oh, we had a train. It was it had boxcars on it, carrying whatever from I don't know where it ended up going from Beeson through Skelton to Lincoln. That's the only place I knew it went, but it went farther than that. But anyway, I was like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, and this train track was like 50 feet from our house. And they would come through, and back then they had a caboose. And there was 2 guys that would always throw candy. I could hear the train coming for miles, you know. A lot of times we put our ear down on the track.
Oh, there were 2 guys that would do what?
They throw candy out.
For the kids?
Yeah. Well, I was the only kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd throw candy, so I waited for them every day, yeah.
I remember...
They did that every day?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember there was a white van in my neighborhood that used to throw candy to the kids.
Well,
You had a train, I had a white van.
Anyway, I always look forward to that. I made sure I didn't run out on the tracks. Anyway, that was fun.
Hey,
You know what else?
Did your parents have any idea where you were?
Oh yeah. Mom and Dad were always watching, or Mom was. Dad was over across the tracks in the elevator over
Hey,
there.
Dean,
okay.
Dean, what do you think the South does better than the Midwest? And then what do you think the Midwest does better than the South?
Probably fried chicken.
Yeah, the food, I would agree the
Yeah.
food is better in the South.
Yeah. In the Midwest,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They got good-looking women there. I married one.
Patty is attractive.
You've almost been married 50 years.
50 years, June 12th.
What's the secret?
It's well,
You've been
Somebody asked me that the
married
other day.
50 years?
50 years.
The secret is don't.
You know,
So now we have your birth date, your place of birth, and your anniversary date. So
And
we better
were-
go change your
and,
passwords.
and his mother's maiden name.
We were married at Funk's Grove.
I
in
know.
the
I love
Chapel
that
of the
place.
Trees.
Yeah, that's where Dad's buried.
Todd, your grandpa, Todd was there.
I was there.
Todd was there. He was like, what, 3 years
I
old?
was 3. I think I remember.
Yeah. He
that's
sat
the
on a
circle-
spider.
That's
But
the circle of life.
But it was the Chapel of the Trees. It was
Yeah.
hot. Yeah.
I've been at a Christmas Eve service out there.
Really?
No, in the little chapel there, not in the chapel of
Funk's
the
Grove
trees.
Chapel,
The
yeah.
Funk's Grove Chapel.
Yeah.
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 I love that.
Going back to Skelton was, it was a fun time.
There was a comedian named Red Skelton, right?
Yeah, that had nothing to do.
No, I know. But I just.
Anyway.
Hello.
No, but it was a fun time.
Yeah, well, as a kid, but the elevator, I broke my arm over there. I was trying to climb. There was a place right outside where the grain elevator was that Susan, your mother, and your Aunt Peggy would go up there and do stuff, and I was trying to climb up there to get to them, and I fell back and broke my arm. And I was just a kid.
When you were growing
But
up.
that was we'd lived in Beeson at that time. We came back and Dad was still working in the elevator, so that elevator was pretty creepy. Sometimes there was an in the elevator.
So can you
What?
for those that are not from the Midwest? When I was growing up and I heard Grandpa worked in an elevator.
It was a
that-
grain elevator.
Yeah,
It's
what
a
is
farm.
it?
It's
What
a
is
farm.
that though?
It's
That's
a
like a
farm,
big
yeah.
cylinder-looking thing.
It stores food.
Yeah,
like
well-
to me, an elevator is what the Brits
Well, the
would call a
tractors and
lift.
trucks would bring it. He'd weigh the corn, so
Okay.
that's how the farmers got paid.
Okay.
Then he'd go up there and they'd dump.
That's
the
where
corn.
they stored it.
Yeah,
It's storage.
they dumped the corn in the elevator and the.
But why is
bins.
it called an elevator?
It was
Why
just a
not?
grain
Like-
elevator.
okay. I mean, I don't care.
Maybe
I
just because
Anyway,
it kind of looks
then
like
the
a-
train. Then there would be trains that would come.
and throw candy. Oh,
No.
sorry.
Well,
Forgot about that.
that's a different train.
That's the
anyway,
wrong train.
they would throw. Then he would load the train cars up with corn.
Yeah,
to
Okay,
move it
I
around.
like it.
Anyway,
That's kind of cool.
but this elevator, your Uncle Jack, he would go up there and get baby pigeons
What?
out of the elevator. Yes, there
What
was
do you
baby
mean-
pigeons.
What do you mean out of the elevator?
Well, they'd
They
be
got
up
stuck?
at. There was this.
They roost up there,
Anyway, there was an elevator within the elevator, and it was on a rope.
which might be why. Okay.
And you had, and my dad, when I was little, he would take that rope and pull. That's how he'd pull him up to the second story of the elevator. 'Cause
Oh,
he had
wow.
to check on some things. It was kind of scary, but it had a brake, so if he lost track of it. But Jack would go up there and find these. I think Bobby would too, and find these baby pigeons, and then he would take it down and raise these pigeons. So,
Jack Wood or Bobby?
Jack.
Mm.
Jack.
Really?
Yeah. And there were some big rats in that elevator because they
Ooh.
get in that corn. I mean, there's a big rat
They call
about that big.
they call them like field rats.
Yeah,
Right? It's
they're
not like
field
a city
rats.
rat.
I mean, they're big as cats.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nasty.
So,
Uh,
but anyway, that was a fun time. There.
When-
Then we moved to Beeson.
When you were growing up, were there TV shows that you watched, or did you listen to the radio mostly?
I didn't listen to the radio.
You didn't?
No, we had TV back then.
No, we
No,
know
I know
that.
you had
Oh.
TV back then.
No.
But I'm just I mean, I still listen.
No, I never listened to radio back then. There was shows that come
Well,
on.
Dad
like-
has stories of listening to. I mean, I know Dad's older.
I mean, I listened. Dad
Dad talks about
your
listening
mother
to the
and
Dodgers and the.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was.
Did you ever
I
make it
was
to a
5
Cubs game in person?
Oh yeah, that was later on. So,
Okay.
but anyway,
Did you
TV shows with like Bonanza and Lawrence Welk and
Lawrence Welk,
Wagon Train and stuff
I
like
have
that.
great memories of watching Lawrence Welk with Grandma Reineke
Oh yeah,
while she was cooking chicken and rice.
Oh,
she had the
I'd
best
like to
chicken.
find that recipe.
Patty does chicken and rice.
Patty does pretty good chicken and
I
rice.
would like that recipe.
And cornbread.
The recipe is you boil the rice in the chicken broth
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know
instead
what?
of just water.
I was at a party one time and somebody's mom had made homemade chicken noodle soup.
Mm-hmm.
That was some of the best soup I've ever had in my life.
I still like traditional. I like Campbell's. I like to open that can.
Because you haven't had this.
Well, I've had Grandma's chicken and rice, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Did you read any books growing up?
No, I was not a book reader.
Thank you.
No, not a book reader. I played outside. I hit the door when we lived in Beeson. In my memory there, we lived by another elevator, the big grain elevator where my dad worked. And your grandmother worked in the office there. She was like an office lady, but we lived right next to but the train didn't bring me candy. I was a little older then. I was in like first grade. I just lost my train of thought. What was I going to say?
Something about an elevator. Just to be safe.
How early did you start playing? How early did you start playing baseball?
Anyway, there was a baseball scout that lived right down the block from us. He was
Really?
He was a scout for the Washington Senators.
Oh, wow.
The Minnesota Twins. And he was a very famous Ellsworth Brown. We called him Brownie.
That's right. The Texas Rangers, I think, started as the Washington Senators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, his whole house. You walk into his house, and all the lamps, all the tables and stuff were made out of baseball bats and balls and stuff. And in the wintertime, he built birdhouses, and he gave your grandmother a birdhouse one year, so we had to have that up. But every time I needed a baseball, I would go and he'd give me a baseball. And I'd lose it and I'd go get another baseball. He said, "What are you doing with all these baseballs?" I keep losing them in the field.
How old were you when you started playing baseball?
I don't know. It was probably third grade, fourth grade.
What position did you play?
Back then,
Why is that funny?
Well, not to
I played in junior high. I was a pitcher.
Oh, hold on.
Not to overdo this,
Mom.
but
Oh, we got
Hold
it.
on. Hey, Mom's calling the.
Mom's calling.
Hey, let's pause this. What?
What?
Pause it. Okay, I'm recording again. So here's the deal.
Where were we?
I don't know, but that nurses are very nice. But okay, we're back.
You're talking about Jim Jones.
What? She said Guyana, but she said I thought she
Ga-
said Ghana. I thought she
Ghana.
said Guyana.
Ghana. Like gonorrhea.
You know what? I'm intrigued by cults. Okay, what were we talking about? We were talking about baseball, and you guys started laughing at me because I asked what position you played, and I don't know
See,
why that's funny.
I lived the Jim Jones thing. You guys weren't even around.
I don't know if watching it on TV counts as living it.
Well, the news of it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just like the Waco thing. What was that called?
Yeah, David Koresh.
David Koresh.
Okay.
Okay, where were we? Oh,
No,
we were
but-
in Beeson.
Yeah, what position did you play in baseball?
Well, I didn't. I played all the positions because I was just a little kid then. But when I got into when we moved from Beeson to Atlanta, Illinois, I was a pitcher.
You were?
Yeah, I had a wicked curveball.
I didn't know you were a pitcher.
Yeah.
Well, so that's how you
I was
met. That's how you met Dad because.
No, he meant.
No, I met Dad
basketball.
your dad on the basketball court.
Oh.
But I started a career in basketball in Beeson too in the fourth grade. Scored 2 points.
And you just randomly met Dad playing pickup basketball one day.
We were playing basketball.
Dad was throwing
at the
candy
park.
at him.
We were playing
Dad was
basketball
on
in
the
the
back of
park.
the train
Well,
throwing
you know where the
candy.
park was across from our house there on
Yeah, I've seen that.
Ray Street.
Uh-huh.
And we stopped. We were tired, and I don't know. We got into a conversation. He wanted to know if I had a sister. I said, "Yeah." I mean, yeah, sure, you can have her. You know. So
Hey, so you
she
got
was.
a sister?
My mother was out laying in the sun, so I brought him over, and I said, "Susan,
Laying in the sun in
this
Beeson,
guy
Illinois.
this guy wants to meet you."
So Dad probably knew you had a sister. And that was his
Well,
secret.
I think from Kevin.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird
So-
story.
Did Kevin ask if you had a sister?
No. Kevin knew Susan.
Okay.
So that's how that wound up. So anyway,
Okay,
where
so-
are we at? Beeson or Atlanta or
Where do you want to be at?
North Dakota?
I feel like you have things you want
So
to
who
share.
was the first person to move to Florida?
That was going to be my next question. Is how did y'all end up in
Jack
Florida?
was the first person.
And why?
No, but real quick though, just
Well,
but that's
a
interesting.
long story.
Well, give us.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think we want to
No,
get
but it's
into
just interesting that basically all of y'all from Illinois ended up in Florida. How?
Well, some went to Texas
Some?
first.
No,
Well, your mom
first.
and dad did.
Oh.
No, they went to Florida. Well, okay, they
No,
went to
no,
Texas.
they-
and stuff.
yeah, they went to Christ.
Well, how did you end up? Let's talk about you. How did you end up
Okay.
in Florida?
All right, you want to talk about
Well,
that?
Jack was there.
Well,
my uncle
let's
Jack.
start how we came down to Florida. Jack was here first. Your grandmother and I and your mother, when she was young, we were both. I was in grade school, and we would come and visit Jack down in Bradenton, Florida, and so we liked it. And so my junior year, your grandmother started thinking about, well, we need to go to Florida. Well, at that time, I was dating your Aunt Patty, so I don't want to go. She said, well, she can come with us. Well, anyway, I graduated on June 6th or 5th, June 5th or 6th, 1976. I got married on June 12th.
Hey, you really need to change all of your passwords.
19
Key Rock Kid.
1976.
I'd like to
Key
know.
Rock Kid.
And moved to
not-
Florida June 20.
Hey, dates.
No,
I
my
don't
password
need
used to
dates.
be Papa, Papa, Papa. You guys used to break into that.
Okay.
June 22nd.
But just
moved to Florida.
Okay.
You didn't know the story about us?
You're giving me a lot of dates. I'd like to hear the story.
Everybody thought she was pregnant and we had to get married?
Shotgun wedding.
No, I didn't know that story.
Yeah, a lot of people, because
Why would
I
people
got
think she
married
was
right out of high
pregnant?
school. She waited 2 years for us to marry.
Why did people think she was pregnant?
Because they got married so
Oh,
quick.
because you got married so fast.
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
you just
and,
liked her.
and moved out of town. Moved to Florida. But we were with Grandma.
Oh.
We came to Florida. Yeah.
What did you do in Florida when you got there?
Well, we came to Florida with $800 in our pocket and no jobs.
That's a lot back then.
Huh?
But Jack was in a different town.
Bradenton, yeah.
But where did y'all go?
Joan was here, and her husband Bob at the time lived in Melrose, and we had an opportunity to live in a little trailer in Waldo, Florida. That was a trip. So we lived there for a little while. Then we all moved in. When your mom and dad came to Florida, we all moved in with Grandma for a little while.
All of y'all?
Todd was. When did Elvis die? That's when we all lived.
80,
That's when we all lived together.
no, 77.
Your brother Todd.
No. When did Elvis die? I remember watching on Jones TV.
Todd was a part of Elvis dying.
Let's look it up so we can get the right date.
No, hold on,
Doesn't
Dean.
matter.
I was born in 73. Elvis. I was
Listen,
six-
just say the wrong date, and somebody listening to
Well,
this
it
who
was
knows
close
the right
after.
date is gonna feel
How old
really
were
good
you
about
at our
themselves.
wedding? Because it was right, like.
No,
a
but I
year-
remember watching the news about Elvis dying at Jones' house.
At Jones'
It
house?
would have been like in 78 or 79.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Anyway,
Ask
so
Rock.
we all lived with Grandma there in
Chad, ask Rock.
No, that.
in Keystone.
How is that?
That was wild.
What does that mean?
It was wild.
3 families living together. It was.
In a Mason block.
August 16th, 1977.
It was like a modular home. It's still there today.
Oh.
I live 2 blocks from it today. It's over 50 years old.
People still live in it?
Yeah, they remodeled it. Yeah, it looks great. I walk by it all the time.
Really?
So that was
That's just wild.
that was after we got married. Then we had 2 kids, and then we got 2 grandkids, 2 great grandkids.
Mm.
Okay.
What else, Chad?
I don't know, but I'm just trying to get so. Living in Florida in the 70s, what did you do?
I was I got into the masonry trade.
So you were a mason.
No, I wasn't a mason. I was a bricklayer.
Bricklayer.
Okay.
What's the difference between a mason
Well,
and a
masons,
bricklayer?
in the masons, aren't they a cult?
Yeah, they're a cult.
So I wasn't in the masonry cult. I was a bricklayer, which is a brick mason.
But you did block too, not just brick, right?
Yeah, but I was a journeyman
Yeah.
bricklayer.
But so you were a mason, just not a Freemason.
I wasn't a Freemason. I know I charged.
But you were a mason. Oh, right, yeah.
And that caused you some back problems, right?
I did it for 14 years,
Yeah.
and I was having major back problems, and I went to the doctor. The doctor looked at me in the eye and said, "Son, if you don't quit work immediately of what you're doing, you're going to be crippled." So that kind of scared me.
That's strong.
Yeah, it was strong. So I had to come up with something else. So anyway, I 2 years of misery and therapy, and finally had back surgery. At this time, I started a career in the car business, selling cars.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because I've been wanting to ask you about this. Okay. Like, I don't know anything about cars, and I don't want to go off too much on this, but I am actually interested in this. Like, here comes Tesla, and basically they have a price of a car, and you order it, and they deliver it. Boom. I mean, I'm not trying to step on any toes, but like, what's the deal with these dealerships and all this nickel and diamond? And okay, you start in one room, and then oh no, I gotta call my manager, and the manager comes out. Well, I never do this, but let me give you this deal, and then you got to go back to another manager, and they sell you a more like, what's going on with all that?
Yeah, it's just
And they don't like it if you buy a car for cash, right?
that's
They want to finance.
Well, they want you to finance.
Yeah.
'cause
So
they
give
make-
me the
but they-
nitty gritty.
but
Give me the
but they make-
nitty gritty.
But they make money on the financing. Okay.
So give me the details.
It's just it's all about numbers. There's such a big competition. I mean,
But how did
the
how
car-
did that process start? Is what he's saying.
how's it start? What do you
No, I
mean?
mean just like that. That's unique to the car industry.
Yeah.
Bouncing from managers.
Well, I don't think it's
almost like
just only the car industry. You'll
Yeah.
see that a lot. I mean, somebody selling bicycles will do the same thing
Yeah.
or different things. I mean, it's just sales of that type.
But a good salesman does build up relationships and families.
Yes,
and,
you
yeah,
build
right.
up a clientele.
Yeah.
But you always have a manager involved to get the best deal. Every dealership, I worked at dealerships that were pretty honest. So and I never lied to anybody, and I had a personality where most everybody liked me. So.
Yeah.
So how did that work? So if you were going in for a day of selling cars and somebody shows up on the lot, did y'all take turns on who could talk to that person, or how was that?
How
did that work?
It's a gentleman's thing. If you're out there on the lot and you see somebody out there there's a lot of places where they're cutthroat. They'll skate you. What's called skating.
What is that?
That means they'll cut in front of you or take the deal. But it's pretty gentlemanlike. At some places, not all.
Yeah.
Where I worked, it was. I worked at a few, but I did that for 14 years. Then the last 12 years, I was in the service end of it, in the internal service, which was a whole lot better. Because for one thing, I got to have Saturday and Sunday off. I didn't have to work the weekends.
Oh,
'Cause, Saturday and Sunday are the big days for car sales. So I took that job.
Well, did you have a particular framework or strategy in your mind when you were going to close a deal? Like, what were you? How did you close deal? Like, I'm a horrible salesperson. I can't sell anybody anything.
I mean, first of all,
Well, people are coming to the lot, so it's a warm
somebody's
sale.
gonna-
Right?
I know,
they're
but-
not coming to the lot to buy a toothbrush. I mean, they're coming to buy a car.
Right.
They want a car.
Right.
So what you do is you try to meet their needs. You ask them what their what their needs are. I mean, do you need a family car? Do you want a sports car?
And does the dealership make more money on a used car or a new car?
Generally, on a used car,
Yeah.
they'll make more money.
Yeah. There's more margin.
Yeah, but there's a lot of dealers get a lot of incentives on new cars. If they sell a volume of them, they'll get incentives from the manufacturers.
Yeah.
But there is a markup in the used cars. But with the internet nowadays, it's a whole lot different because it's the competition. I mean, people go on the internet and they just come in with.
But even back then, there was the Kelly Blue Book, right? I mean, you could always look at that.
Well, they used a black book back then for the price of the car.
But so were you commission only?
Yeah.
So how is that like just stressful?
It was pretty stressful at times. Yeah, ask your Aunt Patty. So. Anyway, it was nice when I did get into the service end of it. It was a salary position, which I worked pretty good. I was service. What was it? Service manager. I got Service Award of the Year twice, and just for working hard.
What did you like about the service side of it?
Well, I enjoyed doing internal service. When new cars would come in, I would make sure they got PDI, pre-delivery inspection, and when used cars come in, they got prepped. So it was just a lot less stress. I dealt with the sales manager. Well, sometimes it was rough, but it was a lot better than dealing with the public. So
what was the biggest change you saw over the years? Because I know.
The internet.
The internet?
Yeah. The internet.
What about,
the internet, the major, because anybody that has a computer or a smartphone nowadays, because back then you didn't do that. And if somebody came in that had etchy credit, bad credit, they had a couple options and that's it. They couldn't go to here or there or this finance, and they only had a couple options. You showed them two cars and you told them, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, this is what you can afford, and this is what the bank will allow you to have. So,
I have a question. So, if you're driving down in Auto Mile, and there's 15 dealerships there, how many of those dealerships are family-owned versus big corp? Or back in your day, they were almost all family, weren't they?
They are a lot of family-owned.
Yeah.
And they're still. There's a lot. I work for a family-owned.
Yeah.
That has several.
That's
dealerships.
kind of unique.
Yeah.
You don't find a lot of family-owned.
I would say, other than like CarMax and they all started family.
They all, yeah.
They're all family-owned.
Yeah, everything around here is
all the dealerships are family-owned.
But it's less now than it used to be, right?
The
Audi dealership down the road is not family-owned. Probably.
There used to be an auto dealership here, and their line was, if we can't beat a new car deal in Texas, we'll just give it to you. So I called them one time, and I said, "Can you give me?"
They qualify that.
Can you give me an example of any time where you wouldn't just beat it?
Yeah. Usually they qualify,
but they're never going to give a car because they will always just beat it.
They usually qualify. It's got to be a car from a reputable dealer. It can't be just, I'm selling you a car for $500.
Yeah. No. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
well,
not,
it was a new car
deal.
It was from another new car dealer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't like commercials like that because it's just my brain short circuit. You would always just beat it. You're never giving somebody a car.
Yeah.
Maybe,
hey, since Dean is here all week and I'm here all week, why don't we just make this one of two?
No, because I know how things are. Okay.
Wow.
Well, are you trying to wrap this up?
Yeah.
No, I've got other questions.
How'd you cut your arm?
Okay.
Working.
Working what?
In my field. On my property.
No.
Where are we at? Beeson?
No.
Atlanta.
No, you're selling cars already. You're in.
Oh, I'm selling cars.
No.
Oh, I got hurt.
No.
I
want to talk about
selling cars.
I want to talk about our long history.
I've been retired.
Okay, I want to talk about kind of a long history of being involved in multi-level marketing. I think they call it network marketing now.
Well,
Amway has changed their name.
Really?
Yeah, they're called.
So I remember you got me into something called Freedom Star, which was like long distance or something. And do you know? See, this is like illegal now, but this is back in the day. This is like back when I still had like a 56K modem. excuse me. I used to send out so many spam emails.
There's people spending life sentences in prison for
Yeah,
spamming.
why don't you say that, Todd? Chad?
No, well,
Hold on, let me just say one thing. Melaleuca.
No. Well, then there was the acai juice.
Wait. Shackley.
Oh, yeah. Shackley. Oh, sorry, I'm getting over a cold. That sounded really nasty. No, but I got it. Well, it's illegal now. Back when
Well,
I
your
did,
grandmother was in it. Tupperware
No.
and stuff.
Oh,
that's
I
all
forgot
multiple.
about that.
but
Yeah.
before that,
She started it.
I got kicked off of an internet service provider for spamming.
Well, that'll
Oh, that was called Brigadoon.
What?
You
No.
remember Brigadoon?
What's Brigadoon?
It was like an AOL.
Yeah, but Freedom Star, it was just fun getting hits. We
Yeah,
never
yeah.
made any money. People were just signing up because it was free.
Right.
And there was never a...
We would stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning because we got a...
Yeah, how many we get, so...
No, but I think back when I did it, it wasn't illegal. This conversation isn't really going.
Those are good memories.
Those are good. Man.
Well, let's wrap it up.
No, hey, do you remember?
Huh?
I spilled Pepsi on your keyboard at your computer in Keystone. You remember that?
I remember that, yeah.
That was stressing me out a little bit.
You and Candace and Erica just drove me crazy a lot. I mean, especially when I was trying to sleep, you were making
So,
noise and stuff.
Okay.
The very first computer I ever owned was a Toshiba Satellite.
I think I have that around here
Chad still
somewhere.
had, the hard drive was 750 megabytes.
Ooh.
Wow, that was a lot back then.
Yeah.
You liked the megabytes, didn't you?
And now what's the average
No, and
computer?
you had an external modem.
So then it went to... What was after megabyte? Kilobyte?
No, kilobyte is
Kilobyte,
before megabyte.
Gigabyte. Gigabyte, then...
Yeah. My first computer
Hold
had
on.
like 12
Terabyte. What is it now?
I don't know. I stopped keeping track.
T, yeah.
No, there's more than terabyte
There is?
on personal computers.
Well, okay, there's 2 terabytes.
Multiple terabytes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a couple more things I want to ask
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Are you ever going to ask your brother anything?
I don't know. I've already
you.
done
No,
one of
he's
these.
just.
Oh,
here.
that's right. Right.
No, he's
Okay.
just kind of here.
I'm just a side bit.
I jokingly yesterday, Todd and I were at Costco, and I jokingly mentioned while we were in the TV section that let's not bring Uncle Dean over here because he'll get Mom a new TV.
Yeah.
And funnily, if that's a word enough,
What did you say?
Funnily?
Funnily enough,
Funnily enough.
That sounds...
you're about to go get her a new TV.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because she asked me to. She doesn't trust you guys.
I don't think that's
She
it.
knows I'm the
We're the ones
IT
taking
guy.
care of her right now.
Yeah, but I take care of her TV needs.
Oh, jeez.
We're going...
Okay.
Well, Todd and I are going to Best Buy. here,
Here's
so-
the thing. If anybody's still listening, who knows?
Yeah.
Might have significant drop off on this episode. I want to ask you finally.
Finally.
Is
No.
this your final question?
This is final.
Well, so you're kind of in retirement now.
Yeah, I spray bugs.
You
I bug bugs.
you spray for bugs in people's houses.
Yeah.
What is that like?
In commercial.
Yeah, but what is that like?
It's, it's, believe it or not, it gets me out of the house because Patty went back to work too, full time, and we had a lot of projects. So I said, if you're going to work, I got to do something. I can't sit here and do your, all your chore, not her chores, but, like painting the house or whatever all by myself. So I need to have something to do. Anyway, so what really has turned out to, if I've generated some acquaintances, friendships, where I've had a chance to pray for people that are sick, and so I kind of call it my ministry. So
That's good.
That's cool.
yeah, so
Back in the day, we called it
I
friendship.
not only pray, I try to encourage people. You just don't know until you get out and start meeting people,
Yeah.
other than your circle of where you live, what people are really going through and how they're suffering.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there suffering. You just don't know, and you can't
You
get
can't tell
hurt.
just by looking.
No, you can't tell by looking, and you can't have your feelings hurt if somebody says something one day that's a little off. and I've got to meet a lot of people like that are hurting. You know, it's a world. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And they need Jesus.
Yeah.
A lot of them know that. Matter of fact, I prayed with older couple. They're both in their 90s. Been married 70 years. I just saw him the other day, and he's been going through some cancer surgery, and she looked at him and she said, I knew you were a Christian. I said, yes. I said, and I'm going to pray for you both. And they're real nice people. I see them every 2 months, and I always. Your dad comes out at me because I always tell her how nice her hair looks. Kind of reminds me of your dad. That's something your dad would say.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. So anyway, that's kind of.
But you don't hug them and
I don't
smell
hug
them.
I don't hug anybody.
I'm not a hugger either.
No hug. No, I don't go that far.
Yeah.
No, just encouraging words.
That's how we're built.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
How about you guys' childhood? What are your memories? Let me ask you a question. What are your memories of Uncle Dean and Aunt Patty?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Some of the best memories of my life are going to y'all's yellow house in Keystone. This was before you guys had a special, it wasn't a blow-up mattress. It was just a mattress. There was a yellow blanket with
How about the yellow ball blanket?
Yeah, yellow tassel balls on it.
We still have that.
And no, but I would stay the summers at y'all's house, which thank you. Man, I've had to have been really annoying, even more annoying than I am now.
Well, yes, you were.
But honestly, those are some of the best memories of my life because we would be there for 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it was. And pretty much I just stayed at your house by myself, hanging out with Erica and Candace. And then I didn't have a cell phone with me. So I could go to the park by myself, play basketball. We'd go to the beach at the little lake there. I just kind of had free reign to roam the streets of Keystone. And I loved that, man. Those were good memories.
Let's all sing it. You ready? Those were the days, my friend. I thought they would never end. Are you going to cough?
No, I don't want to
sing and dance.
I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Well, you can do it for 15 seconds.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah. Stop.
I'm done.
I don't know all the rules on all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I remember one time. Were we driving to or from Illinois? And
in the back of the truck.
In the back of the truck.
Oh yeah, I had that.
This had to be illegal, and you had that topper.
I had the topper with.
What truck was that?
With the dryer vent on the going back there to get you heat back there.
Oh, I forgot. No, but that sounds right.
See, I remember Grandma Reineke's car and her speedometer. Her speedometer was 4 feet across.
That 74 Chevy?
Yeah. No, the red one.
Yeah, that was a Chevy Impala.
Was a Chevy?
Yeah, I took Patty to
the speedometer was her
Patty
gas
to
pedal.
The prom in that car.
Her gas pedal was 3 feet long.
Oh my goodness!
1974, I took her to the prom in that car.
We should hunt down that car.
What kind of truck was that had that topper that we drove?
It was a Dodge.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Was it blue?
Huh? No, it was gray.
I remember we had so many pillows and blankets back there.
Yeah.
That was a fun.
Do you remember I was trying to sleep back there and Patty was driving and 3 of you kids in the front seat?
No, but I will tell you one. I do remember. I don't know how old I was. You were at some house that you lived in, kind of the woods. And you came out one time.
You had that Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lady.
But that was even at the yellow house.
The pine trees were only about 10 foot high.
Yeah.
They had just planted them.
All I know is you came out and you had some Moses mask on, and that scared me half to death. It was this full on, a bank robber mask.
Yeah, it was Methuselah.
It was Methuselah?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Well, I bought it. I wore it to back then it was the Hallelujah party at Faith Christian Academy back in the day.
Hey,
and your grandmother made me an outfit, and I went and fooled everybody. Nobody knew. They thought I was going to a football game, but I ended up being at this Hallelujah party because it was Halloween.
Oh.
And I came dressed as Methuselah. Nobody knew who I was. They wouldn't know who this strange guy was. I had to keep going in the bathroom because it was so hot. I had to take my mask off. So somebody said somebody needs to go check on this guy. Anyway, I'm walking around. The only person that knew I was there was your grandmother. Because she helped me put this on. She made the outfit and everything for me. You guys never heard this story? So about an hour into the thing, I grabbed Patty and she started screaming. So I took my mask off and she knew it was me. She started beating on me.
Interesting note
that mask scared.
Halloween was originally a Christian holiday.
All Hallows Eve. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
that was fun. Anyway.
Okay, so thank you for this. This has been awesome.
It's been amazing.
Did you have anything you wanted to say? I know you've really been trying to wrap this up.
No.
What is one of your memories growing up?
You know what? I have memories of the Reinekes and the Bozarths kind of together, and we just always laughed and ate food.
Yeah.
We were always laughing, making fun of each other, and eating food.
Yeah.
I mean,
those were good times.
Well, I'm going to wrap up by asking you this. I like to end with an encouraging word, kind of. And so, no, this is serious. It's not serious. You guys, what was it like? You're looking forward to retirement, and then you guys were retired, and then you were like, no, let's get back into it. Because it's, in my mind, it's like something you're like, retirement is kind of like something you're like looking forward to. Was it not what you had thought it would be? Or just talk about that for a second before we wrap up. I'm interested in that.
Retirement's not, I mean, at our age, and we were still young, 65, 67, and what had happened, we'd sold our house, the house in Keystone, and we bought a fifth wheel, and we thought we were going to travel. Okay, well, the price of fuel at that time went quite high, and the price of even a used 3,500, which is I'd have to have that, outrageous. So we decided to have the RV, the fifth wheel, put on the RV park there in Keystone, and we lived it for 4 months. Lived in it for 4 months.
I love roughing it. I loved that place.
We're Patty said, "Well, what are we going to do?" So she said, we were out driving around 4th of July, and we were seeing some houses being built. She said, I'd really like getting back into a house. So 10 minutes later, I was making an offer on one of the houses that were being built. So we ended up 3 months later moving into a brand new house. So we never did travel. So then we had some projects and spending money to do this, and we were getting a little bit bored. Unless you got lots and lots of money, which we didn't have. We had a little bit of money. What's retirement? Then somebody from her old job contacted her, just saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" She said, "Well, I'm thinking about maybe getting some part-time." And I was thinking, we were both thinking about getting some part-time. Well, they called her, and her ex-boss called her and just made her an offer she couldn't refuse to come back to work. So I said, well, I'm going to have to, I need to do something too. So that's how we both got it. But we planned, our house is almost paid off. It'll be paid off by the end of the year. So, we're going to probably retire again shortly. So then...
Kind of like Jordan. Kind of like Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
So we'll probably stay in Keystone till the great grandkids are growing up a little bit. Having fun with them, grandkids, the daughters. It was nice getting a new great grandson. Finally, after 3 sisters, mother, wife, 2 daughters, 2 granddaughters, finally got a great grandson. Lots of fun.
Well,
was that what you're looking for?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Sounds good.
Is that perfect?
That was perfect.
Uncle Dean, Todd.
Yeah.
Nothing brings a family together like a hip replacement.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a hip replacement to get things, get the ball rolling, get the hips going, and
Let's end with,
should we?
boys were boys and men were men.
Archie.
Da 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 da. Thank you.